Okay. Hey, everybody. How you doing? It's Bruce here from Traveling with Bruce. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today's video for you, Vienna, Austria. Jennifer and I traveled to Vienna a year ago in 2022, and we liked it so much, we added Vienna in 2023, September 2023 to be exact, for a second go-around. And I got to tell you, if you ever get the chance to come here, you cannot deny yourself the opportunity. But boy, do not make a fatal mistake. So many tourists come to Vienna for 2 to 3 nights, think they can see it all, and then off they go to somewhere else, and you leave on the table so much. Jen and I were there this time around for almost a week. And my wife, Jennifer, has a bit of a bad hip and a rough knee, so she couldn't do too much walking around. But she sent me out one day, said, why don't you go out there? And I was running around all week long doing the groceries and bringing back snacks to the hotel. And we'd go out for dinner, and then we'd come back. Anyway, I got some shots of Vienna for you, and I've seen 1% of the old inner city of Vienna, where you really want to go, because there is some incredible sights there. One of the places you want to go, or one of the kind of places you would like to go, and you should go, is something like this place right here. Let me see if I can show you this video. This is, again, forgive my amateurish style, but this is my iPhone. Cafe Restaurant Schwarzenberg. This is one of these Vienna cafes. And yeah, you could go in here, you'll see some tourists, but you'll see a lot of regulars in here all day long. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, after dinner. Don't get caught going across the street to the McDonald's. That's not what you want to be doing. You really want to go into a real Viennese cafe and pay the outrageous prices and get the good quality food. If you're going to get a hotel in Vienna, I'd recommend a hotel in generally the inner city area. That would be a very good idea. Near the city hall and the parliament buildings, just a few blocks away from there, you'll find some pretty good, decent priced hotels. We were very pleased with our hotel. We ended up in a place called the Theater Hotel. And I took my camera and started filming when we got there. And just, this is the main entry right at the front door of our little suite. And we had 2 sinks and a walk-in shower area here with the 2 nozzles, kind of nice. And we came on, beautiful flooring, and came through here to a quick little peek into the right there is where your commode is, a little separate room for that. And then we ended up with a living room with a sectional kind of a couch and our TV and our coffee maker, very high ceilings. I think we had 12, 14-foot high ceilings, living room area here, a dining table, a work desk for me for my YouTube work. I loved it. I was very happy with this. They gave us a little welcome bottle of something bubbly. I can't remember what it was. And here's our bed, typical Austrian style bed with 2 sets of sheets, one for each of us. There's our closet with tons of storage space. A very delightful hotel room. And this included breakfast every day with a fancy coffee maker where you can make yourself a latte, an Americano, an espresso, macchiato, I mean, you name it. And then the buffet breakfast, which was, I would say, if you were to pay for this, you should expect to pay $30 to $35, say American, per person to go into the buffet breakfast. And this was included in our room. We had everything, fresh fruits and cereals and bread and cheeses and cold cuts, and then scrambled eggs and all waffles and pancakes and on. You could not find something to eat. I mean, come on, you would be doing just fine. And that's the best part about the bread and the breakfast part of the show at a hotel like that, is that you're not hungry now until about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. You eat at 7, 8 in the morning, go out and about, snack a little bit, and you're looking for lunch at maybe 2 or 3. And if you delay lunch, you just snack on something light at 1 or 2 in the afternoon. You can delay your next big meal until dinner. And in downtown Vienna, have you got places to go? Absolutely marvelous. I went for a walk on the one day, Sunday, the last week in September, just before October. And I got to tell you, Vienna is absolutely wonderful to go for a walk in. Here's a video that I shot. Here's several. I hope these work for you. Here we go. I went for a walk through the downtown core without knowing where I'm actually going. I think that's the way to say it. And I'll tell you right now, I prefer doing this. This is my personal style of seeing a city, where I like to go out in the daytime, surrounded by thousands of people, so I'm not worried about my personal safety. And I can just go out and about and stop at a street corner like this street corner and zoom in on these unbelievable architectural masterpieces. There's only 2 places you're going to see something like this. A place like Rome and Vienna, like cities like in Europe or in Disney World, where it's all fake. Where here, it isn't fake. This is the real deal. The old Habsburgs, the wealth from the Habsburg days, the 1800s, the 1900s, early 1900s. You're just walking around this city and you're just marveling at the beauty of these buildings. Folks are like you; they're all gawking, and we're all photographing this stuff. Look at the perfect day I had here. Folks are wearing, little windbreakers. Maybe some folks just carrying their windbreakers, walking in T-shirts and jeans. Very, very comfortable. And a really nice place to walk about. So I kept going into the downtown core, different areas. Those of you who've been to Vienna, you probably recognize some of these areas here. You'll come around a corner and see an open square, and you just go, oh my God, I got to take a shot of that. I got to take a shot of that. I have not edited, as you can tell, any of this footage. I'm just standing here and I'm zooming in, really not looking at the people. I'm trying to look at the architecture, the signage, to get a feel for the place. The money here is unbelievable. This is a very well-to-do country. The citizenry of Austria are doing quite nicely. Thank you very much. And well-educated, excellent health care, spotless place like this. Vienna, absolutely spotless. You do not hear a lot of sirens. You don't hear motorbikes. It's pedestrian friendly, as you can plainly see. This major roadway, no vehicles allowed, only pedestrians, folks with their strollers and babies. Absolutely stunning. Really enjoyed the entire experience. I came across an area here where I noticed the horse-drawn carriages were coming along, so I kind of got behind a little construction thing here just to get out of the way, and I just wanted to film this. You don't see this necessarily in your hometown, and here in Vienna, it's just another carriage ride for another bunch of tourists, and that poor driver. I don't know if he's poor. I'm sure he's making a lot of money, but he's doing the same route around and around he goes. But for those of you who are coming here for a visit, stay a week if you can, or longer. You'll notice Uber guys like this guy here carrying food. You can order food to your hotel, even in Vienna. No problem at all. I came across this cathedral. I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. This was just dramatic, and with the beautiful lighting we had, the perfect blue sky, I was able to capture this from an angle. You can certainly take a hop-on, hop-off bus all over downtown Vienna if you want to, and you can get off a bus and walk around an area for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, hop on the bus to go to the next stop and do it again and again and again. If that's your thing, more power to you. for me, it was just, Bruce, why don't you just get up and go and walk around and just see what you see, find what you find. Some of it will be classical Vienna, some will be not so classical, like that McDonald's sign in the background and the Hertz rental car sign. Did you see that? But then you come across like a square like this, and you're just going, "Wow, isn't this kind of cool?" You just have to take it in, and you have to absorb it. And honestly, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know the history of these buildings. I don't know the history of that statue there. And I don't care. I'm just absorbing this culture from a newbie's vantage point. But check out this building here. Here we go. That's a hotel. That is the Park Hyatt Vienna. If you want to stay in the heart of the ancient city, the inner city, this is where you're going to go if you want. But look at that corner of that building up there. Isn't that amazing? It looks like like a castle. It's like from a fairy tale. It's just fabulous. There's so much, classical architecture and modern everything else. On the bottom left there, you can see that sign there. That's a moving electronic sign. Cartier's here, Coach is here, Tiffany's is here, I'm sure. Parada's here. All the high-end retailers are here. So that's modern day. And then there are the classic statues here on the side of that building, and it is just phenomenal. I took 20, 30, 40 1 minute, 40-second 1 minute clips. There's Five Guys if you need a Five Guys burger. I took clips and clips and clips. What I was doing was, I'm looking to go to this church over here. I was looking to find St. Stephen's Church, and I finally came across it at the end of this major pedestrian thoroughfare. And I slowly worked my way up towards this church, found the steeple. That steeple there is about 40 stories tall, maybe 45 stories tall, towers over the area, and is incredibly popular. There's tourists with cameras all over the place. This church, I'm just across the street from it now. You'll see it again in a minute. Here's a Patek Philippe distributor for wristwatches. They go from about 5,000 to 150,000 each. If you want to spend that kind of money, you want an Omega watch or you want a Rolex, go here. This place is kitty corner from the church. We're talking high-end real estate here. And this major intersection, no vehicles. It's in the heart of downtown, Old Town Vienna. And there are cafes and places to sit and enjoy a coffee and a piece of cake. And on this particular day, ice cream vendors are out. Look at the detail of this church, how ornate it is. Apparently, this church was heavily damaged during the Second World War, and as were other areas here in downtown Vienna. Because the Germans took over Vienna. They invaded Vienna before the Second World War actually began, and they nationalized Viennese people into the Third Reich. And so, unfortunately, Vienna and Austria was open season for bombing and so on. Here I am in front of the church, just to let you know, I really was here, okay? I'm not just showing you videos from somebody else. I did this. As a matter of fact, I was actually saying hi to Auntie Jen back in the hotel room, and I just sent her this quick little clip to let her know. Here's what I'm looking at with a zillion tourists behind me. Really unique. Here's some more imagery of this church. This church was heavily damaged during the Second World War, and the citizens of Vienna made it a priority to raise enough money, bring the craftsmen together, and rebuild the church as it was before the war started. And this was one of the first fully restored historical structures in all of Vienna. And you can see why today it is an absolute gem to visit and see. You can stand, walk around this church and take photos from every angle imaginable, and you will see more and more details the longer you hang out here. It is just absolutely amazing. After I was in this area, I worked my way back to the hotel, slow but sure, going through these different roadways and slowly began to figure out which direction I was headed, because once you're in these downtown areas, it's kind of like spaghetti. You kind of get lost. But I worked my way back to the hotel, and I ended up walking through a property, a castle, what was once royalty. Today, it's an open park for all to enjoy. Here it is here. There's a statue dedicated to Mozart somewhere in this park as well. And you just, like I said, you just don't see this in your hometown, okay? It's fantastic. Absolute delight to see. Like I said, you can take a full-blown tour of Vienna, the private tour, hop on, hop off bus. There are museums. There's the castle, the Habsburgs Castle. I mean, if you are able to walk, and I mean, can you walk? I'm telling you, buddy, you are going to be able to see a lot of stuff in this town. But do not come here on a 2-night, 3-night trip and think you're going to see it all. You're going to just exhaust yourself and not be able to absorb the beauty of this city, of this incredible city, and experience the very, very wonderful people of Vienna that are very polite, and almost all are English speakers. Do not worry if you don't speak English. You'll be just fine. Look at the sign. It's so much of it is in pure English. You'll have no trouble. There's your Louis Vuitton story, so don't worry about that. You can get your purses and your fancy clothing. Don't worry. It's all good here. Vienna, Austria. I cannot recommend highly enough to all of you to visit. If you're children, if you're older and you've got kids, you know, they're growing up and they're wondering what they're going to be when they grow up someday, I would give them the idea that whatever career you pursue, maybe it's the kind of career that has you travel the world. And if you're in finance, or you're in consulting, or anything like that, or going into a diplomatic kind of a career, becoming a diplomat, you want to get your kids to be traveling to places like this. There's the top of that spire I was telling you about. It's about almost 45, 50 stories tall. Absolutely incredible. You want to tell your kids and your friends' kids, yeah, you want a gig where you're going to travel to various cities. That's where you really want to head to, and enjoy. Let's see if I can make this work. I might get myself. All right. Enjoy the opportunity to have 2 or 3 day layovers at places like this. If you're ever in education and you're going to go to a seminar and it's in Vienna, the seminar's 3 days long. You book a 1 week stay in Vienna and have 4 days for yourself to really see what this city is about. And the same for Berlin and Copenhagen and Stockholm and Oslo and Helsinki and Madrid and Rome. You got to talk to your kids about getting into a career that gets them to travel to see the real world out there. You end up looking like a guy like this that ends up in a nice high-end coffee shop where they bring you your coffee on a platter that has your plate on it and your spoon and then your cup of coffee. And then you have the little thing of coffee on the side, little thing of water, a little biscuit. And I ordered a drink where the whipping cream was already in the cup, and then you poured the coffee on top of the whipping cream, and then you stirred it in. And now that is a cup of coffee, as opposed to hopping into a Starbucks and getting a plastic cup or a paper cup with a plastic lid and having some foam on top. This is the real deal. Vienna, Austria. I can't recommend it highly enough. I have given you 1% of a view of what you can experience, and the atmosphere of the place is amazing. It's all grown up, and highly, highly encourage, if you get the chance, get your butt over there and enjoy it. Thank you for joining me. If you like my videos, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you like it. And join me from time to time as I keep bringing out these videos of places that we were just seen here in 2023. Check my other videos out about Copenhagen and Stockholm and other places. Thanks again for your support of this channel. We'll see you Monday nights at, what time do I go on? About 8 o'clock Eastern time every Monday night, the latest travel and cruise ship news. You're always welcome to join me for the big show. Everyone have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time on Traveling with Bruce. Take care all. Bye for now.